The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The PNP is conducting background checks on presidential candidates. This is after President Duterte threatened to expose a corrupt presidential bet running in this year's polls. Marty Bautista tells us more.
Kailangan malaman ng tao because you are electing a president. Sino yung pinaka-corrupt na kandidato?
This is the bomb that President Duterte threatens to drop before the May 9 elections. He did not say when exactly he will make the revelation, but he did drop hints. According to Duterte, one of the candidates really cannot be a president, while another can be elected president but is too corrupt. With such claims, the PNP says it's now doing a background check on the presidential aspirants.
Of course, we have to study who are running, ano yung past. Ibig sabihin, we look at the historical data so we can prepare properly kung ano ba yung posible naming maging action.
This is not the first time that President Duterte has taken a swipe at the presidential aspirants. In fact, Vice President Leni Robredo has been on the receiving end of his tirades time and again. But Robredo says she welcomes such information, whether from the president or not, as long as it's factual. Ultimately, Robredo says she's unbothered.
Hindi ko kailangan depensahan yung sarili ko. Dahil yung ginagawa ko naman, yung track record ko, yung aking resibo. Yung sa akin, very consistent naman ako eh. Yung mga ginagawa ko, hindi lang naman tuwing eleksyon.
The camp of Senator Ping Lacson, meanwhile, asks, shouldn't the president's information be used as a basis for filing charges in the courts if grounded on facts and evidence? Recall that the president in the past also alleged that a presidential bet uses cocaine. When asked for updates, the PNP said they have yet to get evidence to back the president's claim.
Hindi, information. Kasi kung may evidence, nag-charge na kami before the court.
As for the Marcos camp, they maintain that they don't feel alluded to the president's drug use claims. In an interview with DZRH, Marcos said he never used illegal drugs and that he's too busy for that. For News 5, Marty Bautista. We are One News.
Let's check in on other election-related stories we're watching. Presidential aspirant and Senator Manny Pacquiao is against the no vaccine, no ride policy in Metro Manila. Pacquiao says the government should respect the right of every person to choose whether or not to get vaccinated. He is now planning to file a resolution in the Senate against this specific transport policy. On the other hand, former Palace spokesperson and senatorial aspirant Harry Roque thinks that the policy is constitutional. In an interview with the Chiefs, Roque said the no vaccine, no ride policy is legal and in no way discriminatory. Roque also defended his decision to run under the slate of Bongbong Marcos, despite his background as a human rights lawyer. He insists that he has been instrumental in providing compensation for the victims of martial law. Health authorities are advising the public to carefully follow instructions in conducting self-COVID-19 tests. This is after the Food and Drug Administration approved 2 brands of self-test kits. JC Cosico with the details.
Trix Gatley opted to stock up on self-antigen test kits at home. She and her family test themselves at least twice a week as a safety precaution after going out.
At least na we feel safe, like mga at least 90% kapag nagtitest kami. Kasi pag nagne-negative siya, at least we know na we're still safe.
Trix says they opt for antigen test kits since undergoing RT-PCR testing regularly can be costly.
Ngayon, yung pinakamura nasa 3,000, 3,500. Yun nga, 5 pa rin kami dito sa bahay. So kung suma total, mahal pa rin.
Chester Buama tests his family members at least twice a month. Apart from having senior citizens' parents with comorbidities at home, he also has a 1-year-old daughter.
Ako ay exposed sa labas kasi official tayo ng isang state university and marami tayong tao na nakakasalamuha sa labas. Wala pa ngang vaccine na available for dun sa age bracket nung anak ko. Kaya ayun, I took the liberty na mag-test.
The Food and Drug Administration has recently approved 2 brands of self-administered COVID-19 antigen test kits. These were Abbott's Panbio test kits and Lab Innovation Technologies antigen rapid test.
Importante po na dumaan po talaga sa performance validation ng RITM. Kasi po kung mababa po ang sensitivity, ay marami pong false negative po na mangyayari.
Before the FDA issued special certifications, the Research Institute for Tropical Medicine, or RITM, crafted guidelines for the review of the items. Manufacturers were also required to submit documents on the validation and performance of the kits. There are also 31 other kits under review at the RITM. For its part, the FDA advises the public to only buy the antigen self-test kits from licensed drugstore per piece or by box. But when is the best time to self-test?
Gagamit lang po kayo ng test kapag kayo ay nakakaramdam ng simptomas. Dahil ang antigen test po ay most accurate pa rin kapag kayo ay nakakaranas ng simptomas dulot ng COVID-19.
Instructions are present in the packaging and also on the manufacturer's website to guide people on its proper use.
Basahin po na maigi, saka intindihin at masunod ng maayos yung mga instructions na kasama nung test kit. Kapag po kasi hindi nasunod to mula sa pagkolekta hanggang sa paggawa ng test at pag-interpret dito, maaaring maka-apekto po sa accuracy.
As of January 24, the FDA has certified a total of 116 COVID test kits, which includes PCR, antibody, and antigen. 42 antigen test kits will require assistance from a healthcare worker. 86 COVID test kits were removed from the market. Guidelines on the use of the self-administered test kits are expected to be released this week. For News 5, JC Cosico, We Are One News.
The Philippine Olympic Committee insists that the move to declare PATAFA President Philip Huico as persona non grata went through due process. POC President Bambol Tolentino told One Balita Pilipinas that Huico had been given a chance to explain himself. Tolentino said the committee relied on a harassment complaint filed by EJ Obiena to come up with a decision which was ratified by the POC's 36 members. Because of this, PATAFA will instead be represented by its Vice President or Secretary General in meetings with the POC moving forward.
Binigyan po siya ng due process during the hearing ng Ethics Committee bago pa po itinaas sa Executive Board. They were given a chance in extent pa to submit their position papers.
However, Tolentino clarified that the decision to declare Huico as persona non grata may still be revisited. However, this is if and only if Obiena decides to withdraw his complaint against the PATAFA president. The POC says it is willing to extend help to Obiena should PATAFA push through with its decision to drop the pole vaulter from the national team.
Once na withdraw na ni EJ yung complaint niya, then definitely the Executive Board and the GA will revisit and reconsider the decision to Mr. These coming days pa namin po malalaman yan, ma'am, kung what will be the current situation. We will communicate with PATAFA, not with Mr. Huico.
Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. The Philippine Statistics Authority reports the country's economy grew by 5.6% in 2021. This is slightly above the government's target range of 5 to 5.5% for last year. It also marks a rebound from the 9.6% contraction in 2020. Our country's economic managers welcome the latest GDP print, saying that the stage is set for accelerated growth in 2022. Health authorities have detected over 600 more Omicron variant cases in the Philippines. The new cases comprise around 91% of the latest batch of samples. This brings the total number of confirmed Omicron cases in the country to 1,153, 5 of whom have expired. And the PBA will resume its Governor's Cup next week, again without a live audience. Commissioner Willie Marshall says that the league will study whether it's safe to accommodate fans back into the venues. A crowd of close to 5,000 people were allowed to watch the games live at the Smart Araneta Coliseum prior to the current COVID-19 surge. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.